Welcome back to PokerStars European Poker Tour in Prague. It is day one of the main event. I'm here with Carrel, and you've been posting a lot of YouTube videos lately, but I have to say my favorite one is from a few months ago that was called Fuck GTO.
Oh, I guess we're on camera. Yeah, Fuck GTO. It was so fun to make because it's something that's been bubbling inside me for years and years and years, and I didn't want to quite voice it because I didn't want to give out all the information to the poker world because there are a bunch of people going for like the kind of Doug Polk kind of bang bang way of learning, and obviously not doing too well in the micro stakes and the mid stakes, and I didn't want too many people to keep rising as I was there. But as I retired, it was my duty to give people that ability to come back in and become economically and financially sustainable and self-sufficient in the same way that I did. And I felt like I wanted to give that. And part of that was to dispel the kind of propaganda that people get about having to play correctly and balanced in GTO, especially the micro stakes. Insanity. That's not the entire argument, so if anyone's like, oh, he's wrong about that, go watch the entire video. It's like half an hour. But yeah, actually, it got translated recently into a Japanese, which I was very happy about. Someone messaged me on Twitter being like, yeah, it's good Japanese fans now.
So wait, is it someone doing like the script in Japanese or just like dubbing it?
They just typed it out and put it on a blog or something, but I was still real happy about that.
That would be amazing if you're just like imposters, like doing exactly what you did in different languages.
Yeah, yeah. I decided to turn the Fuck GTO thing after a conversation with one of the top players. He was like, actually, the GTO players, they don't even play GTO. It's not optimal. I was like, oh yeah, Fuck GT. Take out the O. They're not even O. So yeah, we're probably going for Fuck GT now. So the YouTube thing was partly, it started out actually just me sharing my video diaries with the world because I really like articulating my thoughts so I don't forget them because I don't keep up when I write things. But I realized I had a lot to say in poker and people really were responding well to that, and they were really grateful for it, and I got loads of good messages like, hey, I've improved my game so much since I started watching this, I made me feel real good, so I kept on going. Now it's more of a kind of bigger plan, like I'm creating a training site, which is going to be for poker and a bunch of other different things like esports, yoga, meditation, teaching people, hey, you can try being a poker player, but if you suck at that, and we'll tell you if you suck, you can try all these other things. It's going to be great. And then also teaching people the lifestyle behind poker as well, which I think is really important and no one really speaks about.
Yeah. Well, what is that lifestyle behind poker?
Well, there are multiple different ways of doing it wrong. I think there are only a few ways of doing it right. The way that I did it was with copious amounts of stimulants, and I disagree with that completely. Guys, don't do it.
Not like coffee and Red Bull, or am I being very naive?
Yeah, coffee and Red Bull, yes. Yeah, those things. And now looking back, I realized that the kind of intellectual capacity that I was trying to maintain through all of those coffees and Red Bulls could have actually been achieved to even a higher level and a much greater consistency if I just meditated, eaten well, and exercised most days. So this is kind of what I'm teaching people how to do that. Like no one really knows how to meditate. It's kind of a big question mark over most people's heads, and we're going to get some experts in from each field to help people specifically with poker. It's going to be sick.
That sounds awesome. Now, am I putting words in your mouth by saying you have some regrets then about how you were playing before and where you were physically and mentally?
Regrets is a strong word. I don't really regret too much in my life, but I'm glad that I suffered so other people don't have to. You know, I took all the coffees and Red Bulls to tell people it's not worth it.
I mean, your suffering was still pretty profitable and successful in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah, I did all right. That's fine. Yeah.
So the last thing I want to talk about was your self-challenge. It was $50 to $10K online.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do it? I know you'd done it in the past, but why, you're sort of in retirement, not playing online as much. Why give yourself this challenge?
So the beginning was because I realized I had a break in time because I've been spending a lot of time doing not poker stuff. But I had a couple of months where I was like, actually, I can hammer down on this. And I really wanted to show people that what I was saying can actually be put into action as well. What's happened so far is I turned $50 into $200 very quickly, and then I decided to take a break because the website that we're making, I'm going to put the entire footage. I'm not sure if it's going to be free or a very small price, but definitely super cheap or free, and a much higher quality than I was producing it myself because I'm just a tech noob, tech fish.
So when the site launches, do you have a name for it? Where can we find you? Or can we get updates on all this stuff?
We do have a name. We haven't bought the domain yet, so I'm not going to tell anyone yet. But
Otherwise, someone will totally extort you for money.
yeah, we'll get screwed.
All right, so just follow him, Twitter, Charlie Carrel, and do you have a YouTube page? But I think it's just
This is Charlie Carrel. Everything's just Charlie Carrel.
great. And if you guys don't know how to spell his name, which you should, I'll put it in the description below. And good luck in this main event here at EPG.
Am I chip leader still?
You are chip leader.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know I was chip leader until she came over just before the interview. But fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right. Now keep those chips. It's still early.
All right, cool.
All right, and stay tuned, PokerNews.com, and of course, all things Charlie Carrel on all social media.